It's now time for our sports report, and Zach Penn does a great job on our sports report, and which is kind of ironic today is that Zach grew up in Northern California, and today something, because I grew up in Massachusetts, I'm a big New England Patriot fan, Tom Brady set the record today for most wins as a quarterback, and lo and behold, the two quarterbacks in the record-breaking game, Tom Brady and Jared Goff, both grew up in Northern California, where Zach did. And Zach actually played against Jared Goff in high school. So a little bit of irony going on there. And with that, take it over to the kid from Northern California, Zach Penn.
Thanks, Howie. Well, yeah, it was kind of a bizarre experience for me watching that game to see this kid that I played against in high school squaring off against Tom Brady, who I'll even admit is the GOAT. I'm not a Patriots fan, but Tom Brady, I have to say, is the greatest quarterback of all time after he just shattered that wins record. He has 4 Super Bowl rings, working on a 5th one this year. Now that Rob Gronkowski is out, it's not looking as promising as it once was, but we'll see. Fingers crossed for Howie. Since my team's out of the running, might as well. But, yeah, 2 kids from the Bay Area, North Bay and South Bay. Jared Goff went to Marin Catholic High School, and Tom Brady went to Junipero Serra in Southern Bay. So it's really weird to see 2 people from the same area sort of taking each other on at completely different parts of their career. Jared Goff is sort of already being thought of as a bust, as the number 1 overall pick. He hasn't really lived up to the sort of expectations that people now set on number 1 overall picks because of the sort of things that rookie quarterbacks are doing. Like, for instance, what I was transitioning into talking about now, Dak Prescott leading the Cowboys to the best record in the league at 11-1. And that just happened on Thursday night in what was the most watched Thursday night football game ever. So, which was really ironic because this week, Roger Goodell just dismissed a rumor that the NFL was going to be getting rid of Thursday Night Football for good. They talked about it because it hasn't been getting the sort of ratings. We talked about it on the show a few weeks ago. Now that football is so spread out and on different days, people have been waning interest a little bit. But then all of a sudden, this Thursday night, 22 million viewers for the game, most watched ever by a lot. And I guess it was because it was a marquee matchup, and I guess the NFL just has to work to get more marquee matchups. In other news in football, the college football playoff is set. After months of talking about it, months of discussion, it's set. The 4 teams, Alabama will take on Washington, and Clemson will take on Ohio State. There was a lot of sort of ruffled feathers after Ohio State got in and didn't even play in the Big Ten Championship. But the Big Ten Championship last night, what a game. Penn State coming back from the dead after getting the death penalty 3 years ago. All of a sudden now they're back on top of the Big Ten. They got snubbed, in my opinion, from the college football playoff, considering they beat Ohio State. But I guess those 2 losses that they had, I mean, it makes sense. But in that game, Penn State down 28-7 in the gutter, comes back, wins 38-31 in a shootout. And that team, it's a young team too. And really they have a lot of heart there. Everyone's pulling for Penn State, I think. I don't think you could root against them at this point because it's a team coming from the dead and resurrecting. And everyone loves an underdog story. And that's what they are now. So, besides that, in basketball, recently, exciting news around here, the Knicks are finally above 500. They might be below 500 when we check back in next week after a couple of hard games this week. As the Cavs and the Knicks play on Wednesday night, and the Cavs are looking to snap a 3-game losing streak.
Wow.
Unexpectedly, LeBron James called out his team. He said, "Come on, guys, we need to be big boys, step up and put on our big boy pants. We can't let this sort of championship hangover happen." Didn't happen to the Warriors when they won the championship. They won 25 games in a row to start the season last year. So I guess LeBron calling the Cavs out will probably set a fire under them. He's done it before and it's worked. So I feel bad for the Knicks when they take them on Wednesday night, and I'm actually going to be attending that game. So I'll be Snapchatting for Halftime Howie at the Knicks game. So I'll be there. Make sure you check out Snapchat at Halftime Howie.
Great job. Good luck with Zach Pence. Zach Pence, great job.